Do you have any thoughts on that about just the
Yeah.
whole idea of building parallel systems versus protesting?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, well said, Chris. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
all
that's
for
great.
it. I call it detachment activism, right? Taking action
Mm.
in the world by detaching from these false systems that are, enslaving humanity. I think if we individually have a voice, right, and we're speaking truth, and freedom, we can amplify that voice when we unite. So, unities in community. I love when, these, like the Exit and Build Summit. So when we see these communities start to get together, and we need to understand, and there's a lot of infighting as well. People are on different polarities of these freedom and truth dialectics, right? But there's that common ground of freedom, and that our condition is one of slavery, and we are being violated. So that's the common ground. I love seeing unity, and doing what you can in your own individual life. If that's withdrawing from the banking system, supporting local farmers. I'm all about that kind of stuff. People need to get into the habit of freedom and morality, right? It's one thing to kind of talk about it and do videos, have a podcast or whatever. It's different when you live it, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm all for it, man. That's great.
And
that's way cool.
Scott,
Yeah.
you're a really good example of that. Someone that, you just described your experience, like you saw what was going on, you're like, "No, I'm not okay with this."
Yeah.
And it propelled you, to speak out. And I'm curious, how has that affected your being, who you are, how you feel about yourself?
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
It's another thing I talk about a lot, man. Like I just it's even something I talk about a lot on the show, like I feel like I saw a lot of people around me like falling victim to the programming, the propaganda. I knew people. I was working as a drug and alcohol counselor out there at a agency, just surrounded by people that didn't see the world the same way as me. And I was really the only one that wasn't like wanting to wear a mask or like taking the shot, like wasn't going to take a shot. You know what I mean? And there was a few people though in the organization that we would talk behind the scenes, be like, oh my God, this is crazy. We were all on the same level, but they eventually caved in and took the shot. You know what I mean? And so like I always like go back to that and reflect on like, God, how miserable that would be. How miserable that would be to like go against what deep down in your core is wrong, and then to go against your true beliefs, values, principles, all that stuff, because I just refused to do it, and I had a lot of consequences in the beginning. I ended up losing that job over it, and things were kind of scary for a while. But eventually, just being persistent with that and just being sticking true to my principles and all that stuff, man, I just felt like today I look back and it's like, had that not fallen away, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at today, and so I just like that has emboldened me to realize that, is the most important thing is sticking to the principles that I formed around, the way I see the world. And you know what I mean? It's like I've gained confidence in my ability to kind of discern and to recognize when something's not right and when to take action, maybe when to not take action, right? Sometimes, but also like, to trust that instinct. And for me, it's just been like absolutely life changing. I'm in a sick, weird way. It's like I wouldn't go back to the way it was before. Again, it's the yin and the yang of it all. It's like we had to walk through this fire to be delivered to where we're at today.